And we're back, guys. We're going to progress a little bit further now into more fun stuff. So today we're working on the lek, or as it's known for most groups, the batido. So that's the one where one hand on the ground and we're kicking in front or to the side of our partner. Now, remember to make sure to watch the previous videos. As always, this is more advanced stuff. So the last video we had the bridge. This doesn't coincide so much as the bridge, but some of the progressions that we did with the bridge was one-hand taps and things like that, which are going to prove extremely beneficial for today's training. And at the very beginning, after we learned the basics of the AU, we learned progressions for the parafuso de mão, so the spinning on the hands. And one of the progressions that we had was against the wall, touching your shoulders. Well, we're going to use that same progression. We're going to make it a little bit more difficult today to work the lek. So if what we're doing with the lek is a bit too advanced in terms of the progressions, then you can always downgrade to the previous acrobatics. And that's the goal of this system, is to make sure that you don't necessarily master everything, but that you get a good, comfortable feeling for all of the movements and the little progressions that we made. All right, so first and foremost, I'm gonna get Chigri here. He's gonna face the camera and he's gonna face you here. So as previously saw on other videos, we put the feet together, we touch the shoulders, but now what I'm gonna get him to do is open up to play a little bit with his center of gravity. And now here I want a quick touch to the opposite shoulder or the chest to really feel that balance and that work with these legs that are now kind of an antenna for him, and the subtle stability that he must kind of create with one arm, elbow extended, and making sure that he's comfortable in that position. So few reps, I would suggest starting with, you know, something like 4 taps, progressing to maybe 20 taps. I think that would be enough. A next progression that you don't necessarily need to master the first one is walking on our hands. So this one here, you don't need to be very strong and have the best bananera. You're using your balance. So you're falling forward or backwards and you're catching yourself as you're doing. Here, I want Chigri to start with your legs together, pointing towards the air, but you can definitely open up the legs for extra difficulty. And we're just controlling the falling momentum, and it's essentially that same idea, is that we're momentarily on one arm, extended elbow, and then on the other, so on and so forth. This next one here requires a partner. You may be able to do it against a wall or holding maybe a beam or something like that, but you will need the space for the legs. So this one here was what I was taught by my master when I first started capoeira on how to do this movement. So essentially, I'm aiding my partner. He's going into the hand on the ground, into that kind of half AU or cartwheel position, and then he'll have stability to try and kick either towards me or to the side. Me as the partner holding and stabilizing him here, I make sure to protect myself so that the leg doesn't necessarily catch me as he's trying to do this. There we go. Let's try the other side. There you go, excellent. So we're holding the partner's hand and we're aiding him on taking a little bit of the weight off of his hand. The next progression here, Chigi is already very well versed with this movement, but he's gonna show an ideal bail to the movement. So meaning that a lot of people, when we start off, it's kind of scary to put ourselves on one arm and to balance. And a lot of times we have a little bit of a panic and we kind of bail and fall down. So the previous videos when we were doing the other acrobatics, we had the people start working into a deep squat. And this is where that deep squat comes into effect, because I'm gonna get Chigri to land into the deep squat. Now, the landing of this is the bail. So it's not the ideal, but in order to progress to the good one, we have to understand how to bail from it to comfortably land and not hurt ourselves. So if you don't have a strong deep squat, don't attempt this and maybe try to avoid doing the real thing, because if you are going to fall, you're going to try to do something else than a deep squat, and that's when maybe your shoulder is going to be in a compromised position and you could tear some ligaments or something like that. So let's see here, Chigri, attempt it and then bail. Let's see one more each side, please, Chigri. Excellent. So the idea here is to be able to carry your weight into a deep squat, deep knee bend, deep hip bend, and dorsiflexion or ankle flexion, if you will. And you notice that sometimes he did put both hands on the ground, so that is totally permitted, because this stems from the AU. It's kind of half an AU. So if you have difficulty with your balance and feel that you need to place your hand, that's a great way to bail as well. Now Chigri is going to demonstrate the final product of this, so the full lek, and we're going to see. Let's try to do 2 each side, please, Chigri. And there you have it, folks. The difficult part of the landing is when our legs are in the air separated. We want to separate them back, cross them back again, so that we land ideally into a lunge position or our Ginga position. So well done, Chigri. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
That's it for this progression, guys. We're going to continue with more work. So keep in touch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next show.